Welcome to Pro Se Lawsuit Center. I'm Coach Neighbors, and in today's video, we're here to talk to you guys. We're here to share with you guys our that we're going to have. Okay, so if you know the sick panic you're feeling when the sheriff notice hits your door, this message is for you. If you already had the sheriff notice hit your door and this message is for you. They want you to freeze, to feel powerless, to believe that the foreclosure is final, but it's not. The sale, the eviction process, all of those processes are part of the foreclosure. In the foreclosure eviction workshop, we will also show you one move that flips the script completely. Bam! Fear is their weapon. Well, one of them. That's their weapon that they use against you, against yourself. They teach you how to use their fear against yourself. You have to learn how to use that fear as fuel. They push the deadlines, send threats, and use legal words designed to make you give up. But inside this workshop, you'll see how we turn that fear into fuel, leverage. Okay, I'll work on that one. Okay, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We use intimidation filings, federal RICO laws, and jurisdictional traps that freeze the courts before they act. When you know what they don't want you in their courtroom. Every courtroom runs on a script. The judge pretends to be neutral. The bank's attorneys don't really work for no bank. They work for the Bar Association or whoever, all of it, the corporations. We'll just call it that. They work for the corporations. They all read from the same playbook. And the clerk covers their tracks. But what happens when you interrupt that script? They stall. They go into court pointing fingers at each other. And you win time. Time to fight, time to file. In the block foreclosure eviction workshop, we'll walk you through the step-by-step on the system that we use. We'll show you the filings that stop the foreclosure and intimidate, and our intimidation strategies that make the judge hesitate or go sit down, or both, and the RICO laws that force the banks into federal court. That's what we use, federal case law in state court, and it's a wrap for state court because state court players, they cannot respond with statutes and codes. This isn't theory. This is the same process that Dr. Honkeman used in California, in Los Angeles County, California, to block her eviction process. Now, Dr. Honkeman got kicked out of court on Friday. Yeah, we got a plan for that, though. And she got kicked out of court in her wheelchair. What the hell? We'll just use that. Sitting down for her rights. Oh, she's like a superhero. And she's going to join us when we have our first eviction workshop on the 8th. I think it's scheduled on 8th. And she's going to join us and provide professional support and talk about some of the things that she's going through them now. And Dr. Honkeman, thank you, and we appreciate everything that you're doing to help us out. So you guys know Henry was the first one to deploy the RICO foreclosure eviction nuclear bomb in Illinois after the sheriff already left a note on his door. All right, so yeah, the RICO eviction foreclosure defense lawsuit package is on sale for $300 right now. They're using it, and they're getting some stuff done. And you'll see the proof in the power when you take my stuff down there. You see how they act. They're not going to act the same way they was when you took other people's stuff down there. Okay, you'll see. And that's what I wanted in the first review. Okay. Well, the second review. The first review, I want to have a review from you after you read the document, about the power that you feel you have or don't. Keep it real. But you know what? You'll see the proof of the power when you take the stuff down there and stick it in their face. I guarantee you that. You'll see the proof of their power. What the hell are you talking about, Coach? Well, are they going to act different? I'm sure they are. And so I'm just going to tell you, when they come back talking trash, acting like they can't take that shit from your ass, don't take it back. And if they take a long time back there, just leave. Don't take it back. That's what Dr. Honkeman did. See, Yeah, I was on the phone with her. It was some coaching going on, just like with Henry and just like with Nikki. But you know what? All y'all asses ain't gonna have to call me, okay? Because we're incorporating the real-time feedback from all of these people that are punching these people in the face. We're incorporating that into what we're doing. So in order for them not to file your stuff, you gotta take it back. Not only do I don't take it back, I usually have, especially if they give me a bunch of crap, and I know I'm going to have crap like that when I get down there, I usually take a complete extra set of documents of everything that I'm going to file, and then I write judge's chamber on it in black marker. And I save that over here or whatever. When they get all done giving me all the crap, and the supervisor leaves, if I don't have to leave. If I do leave, I'll just leave it on there. But I write on the front of each one, judge's chambers, messy. In messy black marker. Oh, they don't like that. And then I just slide under and leave. What are you going to do, throw it in the trash? I don't give a crap what to do with it. So if you're ready to stop feeling trapped, to stop listening to their lies, to stop letting them limit your ass out of your house, that's what they're doing. If you're tired of being bullied by the system that was built to crush you, this is your moment to learn. Join the foreclosure eviction workshop, and learn how to fight back the right way. Oh, they try to shut us down here 3 times. Three different times. Take the fear out of the process and put the pressure on their ass. That's not what I'm supposed to say. But I'm pretty worked up now, so I'm going to say ass. Asses. There. I said it. Click on the link, get over to wincourtnow.com, and get what you need to take care of business. I know this. Dr. Hunkerman is fighting for her. She's standing up for herself, and she got kicked out of court. And I'm going to play in the video. I'm going to play an audio that she recorded of her talking crap to the judge and letting the judge know that the judge's house is going to be some RICO. They're doing RICO, and her legal team, she didn't say legal team. Dr. Hunkerman said, I'm putting a lien on your house. Oh, y'all get to hear it after a while. It's pretty powerful. Okay? So we stepping up to make sure that we, So I tried to look up the Judge Sharon Ransom Brooks out of Los Angeles County, California. That shouldn't be too hard to find, right? Almost 2 hours, hour and 45 minutes of searching and searching. Okay, but before we get started on Sarah Dillard, I think that's Judge Ransom Brooks' real name. I'm not 100% sure, okay? But, when I get done showing y'all what I got on the table here or whatever, then y'all can put her ass on trial, okay? We're going to put her ass on trial right now. Judge Sharon Ransom Brooks out of, Los Angeles County, California. Okay, so first of all, before I even get started down this hole, because I went down the hole trying to find her, searching for her, and there was a hole. And when I see a hole, especially if I'm motivated, I'm like a mole in the hole until it gets old. I stay in the hole until I understand why there's a hole. Okay, I'm having a little fun with the hole, and the next workshop that I have after we have the first one, I'm going to show y'all how to go down the hole. And if you go down the hole the right way, you can come on back out the hole when you're done. Okay, so Judge Sharon Ransom Brooks. I couldn't find her. I found this silly, worthless video of her telling people, to vote for her. She was talking about her credentials to be a judge. And I didn't know what had to be a judge. I would think you have to be honest to have, I don't know. Really, to me, that's the only credential, okay? Because statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. Bodies. So they're not valid laws. But Judge Sharon Ransom Brooks is up there enforcing statutes and codes that aren't valid laws, that aren't connected to, they're not aligned with the Constitution or anybody's civil rights. They actually violate everybody's due process. And that's why her ass is getting dragged to the tape right now. Okay, so I like to start on the website. The website said she's a judicial judge. She is not a judicial judge. Sharon Ransom Brooks is not, Sarah Dillard. Sarah Dillard is not a judicial judge. Why the hell am I calling her Sarah Dillard? We'll get to that in just a second, okay? But right now, we filed it as a counterclaim in their municipal court of crap. But, municipal court gets its judicial authority from the city ordinance, and any court that's handling the unlawful detainer is a fraud court because that court don't have judicial authority to make any determination on anybody's property, okay? So the problem here is Judge Ransom Brooks, she's not a judicial judge. The website says she's a judicial judge, but she's not a judicial judge. There are no judicial judges around her that anybody has any access to, in my opinion. So somebody's lying right there. Because if it was a judicial judge, then Dr. Honkerman would have some rights, and she wouldn't be kicked out, getting out of her house that she's been living in for years while she's impaired. Now, I'm not going to say she's disabled because she's the reason why the sheriff had to leave in the first place, okay? Because she knew her shit, and now we're going to get her back, so when the sheriff ain't coming back, or that's the plan. Okay, but see, the APA, there's federal laws that protect people with disabilities that are disabled and people that are impaired. They're supposed to have contingency plans or provisions in place. They kick people out of their house on their deathbed, and they was bragging about it. Okay, so if there's a RICO complaint filed against the doctor in her own court, even if it's a fake ass whatever, you think she would, oh, hell no, she ain't bagging. We're here to protect people too. Okay, so the real-time feedback. So Dr. Honkerman went ahead and, let's hold that close so y'all can see that. I bet the attorney didn't tell you that you can file a writ of habeas corpus to release unlawful constructive administrative control of your property. Yeah, the habeas corpus is filed in federal court. And then we're going to follow it up with the RICO, but not this one. We're going to... Well, it's the same one, but now with his writing on it. Because remember, we use federal case law and everything, and state court can't respond to anything because they don't have a federal bar card, in which if you get in this workshop, you'll get your federal bar card. So there you go. Okay, so let's set this up for a second here. Let's get back to it. You know what? I believe this is a screenshot of Miss Sarah Dillard, or maybe we should call her by the alias name that she uses as a judge. Remember, I think for me, the number one criteria for somebody to be a judge would have to be if they're honest. Well, if you're using an alias name to be a judge, that doesn't seem very honest to me, but I'm just gonna let you guys figure that out. Okay, so right here, I did people search or whatever, people find there for Judge Sarah L. Ransom. I think this is the same person. And the reason I think it's the same person is because all of these names are the names that I came up with in the beginning of my search. And it wasn't making no sense. But this name wasn't included in any of them. But, so I don't know, Judge Sharon Ransom Brooks, she can come on the show and clear this up. I think it appears to me that the judge has several aliases. And I don't understand how she can still be acting on the case when she's got the claim filed against her. Okay, so right here is, this is what you get. And this right here is the one that took us to Sarah Dillard Ransom, 4 more. Now this is down the hole, and then that took me here. And then there's 8 more. I'm not 100% sure this is Judge, whatever the hell her name is, but, she didn't just pop up out of nowhere and drain a single freaking record for about, something. My buddy smells stink too. Well, we're in federal court now, and we're going to file the notice of conveyance to preserve the RICO evidence. And I don't know, I haven't talked to Dr. Honkerman yet, but I'm thinking we're probably just going to have to file the lien against the county recorder's office where they have her deed, because they need to deliver. They need to deliver Dr. Honkerman's deed to her house, like the law says they're supposed to do. The statutes for property transfer mandate that the deed's supposed to be delivered to your house, but that's not what they do. They did what they call a constructive delivery, and they registered the deed in their office. And that constructive registration wiped out the fact that the property was private property. Her private property before it was registered. And that constructive registration, in my opinion, allowed the first illegal lien to be put on the property. And Dr. Honkerman, the first illegal lien was the mortgage lien. And the reason it was illegal, the illegal lien, just work with me here, okay? Because look, think about it this way. If there were several people who owned property, all of those people would have to be present to sign that lien. So the fact that the alleged lenders accepted your signature on it proved that you own that shit already, and I smell stink. And it gets even more stinky. Okay. So anybody that don't agree with my theory, I'm going to ask you one more question. If the lien was not constructively registered in the office, would they be able to verify that they're against Dr. Honkerman's property? I'm not that smart, so I'm just asking y'all asses, because I don't. Okay, while we're down this hole, let's just head on over to the property tax. Okay, not only do they illegally register your property for the original illegal lien, that's what I'm going to call it, okay? Once your property is registered, they reclassify your property for the sole purpose of taxation. They reclassify your property from private property, okay, that's what it was, where it's protected by the Constitution. Because it says in the Constitution they can't tax private property. Not once, but in two different places. And then once it gets reclassified, they start to, property tax, the taxes, encoding crap, coming to your house telling you, all of that crap happened because they got your deed registered in their office. And people don't realize that with them having your deed registered in the office allows them to take out federal loans and shit and use your property as collateral. Look it up. So right now the situation is Dr. Honkerman has their ass backed up against the wall. The judge still talking crap. Judge and the attorney, not the last hearing, but the prior hearing before that, was arguing each other about who it was to pull the trigger on this fraudulent situation. And then in the last hearing, there was, well, you guys will hear it. You heard at the top of the video, probably. Yeah, they're trying to judge Sarah Dillard, or I don't know, Sarah Dillard, Sarah Samantha, whatever the hell, I don't know how many names, Sarah L. Random, Sarah P, Sarah Q. You're not a judicial judge. You're an administrative judge, and you have no immunity for none of the crimes that you're doing. And we're going to expose you with videos here. And soon our videos are going to show up right underneath your website so people will be able to see exactly what the hell you're doing. Dr. Honkerman told you that there was going to be a situation, and so there's a situation right now. So we got to say. We'll be filing the notice of preservation in federal court first thing tomorrow. I'm sure she'll get it filed first thing tomorrow. And we'll let you guys know what the hell it is we're going to put the lien on. Okay, because Sarah Dillard or Judge Brooks, whatever the hell her name is, didn't want to tell Dr. Honkerman where the address was. So we're going to put the lien on something else. Please be advised.